So, Simon, with Remembrance Day coming up, Britain will remember and pay tribute to all the brave who have fought on behalf of their country. What does Remembrance Day mean for you each year?
The morning is quite somber and it's quite sorrowful in many ways, but you don't just remember those that didn't come home. You remember all your friends that you haven't seen for many a year. You remember those people who've passed away through illness and injury in civilian street after they've left the armed forces. So you have all that going through your mind as well, because these are your friends as well. These are the people you served with. And it doesn't always have to be in conflict for you, because your remembrance is your remembrance, as much as there is the heavy angle of the military in there. But then you have the joy of seeing all the friends that are still around, and you realise that, you've all got fat and old. And the only thing that gets bigger than the lies you tell about how professional you were, and the only thing that gets bigger is your belly. But you have a really good afternoon, early evening with those guys, because you reminisce and, we partake of a little bit of alcohol.
Absolutely, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, we imbibe a bit, because that's what we used to do when we were young men together, and we still try to drink like we were young men, and that's a big mistake. But remembrance it's quite important for us, but I think it should be for everybody.
Mhm.
And everybody should have their own form of remembrance, because everybody has somebody they've loved in life, or they should have, and if they haven't, that's very, very sad. But if you've got somebody you loved that's no longer here, you should remember them, and you should have a day, a special day, and whether it's November the 11th, the same as it is for us, whether you use that day or you mark it with another day. But remembrance of people in passing is huge, because their lives have to matter.
Of course.
People's lives have to matter, and that's what it is for the military. But it should matter in other people's families as well. Love is a very important thing, and the more love you have in your life, the more chance you have of finding great balance and great happiness.
Absolutely. Like you said, everyone is all about the positivity and surrounding yourself with those people and commemorating um, the goings on of your past and your present, and also we've got for your future, I suppose.
Yeah, we're very privileged in this country to be allowed to do the things we do and to be as positive as we want to be, and to be able to look at the past and say, well, there's nothing I can change about that. Maybe you can rewrite some history text, because it's not always correct, because history is not always made by those who live it. It's nearly always made by those who write it. So, you can do nothing about yesterday. You can live today, and you can plan for tomorrow. And tomorrow is ours as long as we wake up. And it's how well our plans are. But what we need to do is take the lessons from the past and from history, sort it all out in your waking day now, and then make it applicable for tomorrow. Make the lessons applicable. And all these nations that are still at loggerheads and conflict, they've not had the ability to do any of that. All they've ever done is taken the animosities of the past and brought them to the now, and they're planning something evil for the future. Just learn the lessons. And the second we learn the lessons, the second we can change things. The second we start to enjoy being alive and around people and being positive with people, we can affect tomorrow. We can affect the future generations' lives. But we've got to start making those decisions now.